The reason she was so important is because her parents in captivity at the San Antonio Zoo were alive in the early 1950s when there were fewer than 30 whooping cranes. Genetically, this pair was very important. And they'd produced a number of eggs, more than 50 eggs, and some chicks had hatched, and they'd all had died. Finally, the director of the zoo in 1966 decided, this chick is not going to die. Sort of took Tex from the parents. He took it into his home and raised it in his living room in a box for 3 weeks.
Cranes are precocial birds, and when they're very young, they fix or learn to associate with the moving object in their early environment.
Right. She became what we call imprinted on humans. Mm-hmm. She had no association with cranes at all. She didn't care about cranes. She just saw this man. As she matured, she preferred Caucasian men. The only way she's going to ovulate to produce an egg is for this human interaction. Mm-hmm.
She only responds to the human presence, in particular to my presence. They're monogamous birds, so I'm her mate, so to speak.
Every once in a while, she would want to dance, so she'd stick her head in the door and do this special call, and I'd go out and I'd dance with her, maybe 5 or 6 times a day. And so on the days of insemination, 2 days a week, the semen was collected early in the morning at Patuxent by Dr. G. In the meantime, that morning, I would not respond to texts when she wanted to dance. I'd give her the cold shoulder and continue typing. So by the time the semen arrived around 2 in the afternoon, something like that, I would go out and I would dance with Tex, and she'd get all excited. She'd spread her wings for copulation. I would stroke her back and point her in the opposite direction from the door of my shack, and they would run out and insert the little tube into her oviduct, and that's where they would deposit the semen. He is the symbol of our untamable past, of that incredible sweep of millennia that underlies and conditions the daily affairs of birds and of men. When we hear his voice, we hear no mere bird. He's the trumpet in the orchestra of evolution. And the sadness discernible in some wetlands stems from their once having harbored cranes. Now they stand humbled adrift in history,